Hi you guys, this is Carmen and
This is Rachelle.
I want to thank you guys who've gotten readings from Rachelle. If you're interested, her information will be below. They are 30 minutes for, how much are they?
They're about, I think, 25 right now, but it's about to go to 30.
Okay.
And for an hour, it's 45 right now, but it's about to go to
50. So if you want a reading still at 45, make sure you get a hold of her. Her information is there. It's at also
myrootsource.com.
You can get a hold of her, or you can just go ahead and get her on Facebook at
myrootsource.
And it's got a beautiful picture that my son drew for her on there. So we want to thank you guys. We're really excited. Tomorrow is a full moon. And some of you guys might already be experiencing the energies of the supermoon for November the 14th, 2016. And so I told Rachelle, how about we do a video about the new full moon? Because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. You guys know we're at a transitional period. Things are going, there's a lot of stuff going on. And so Rachelle's already gotten a hold of
an angel who calls himself for the moment Eliheim. And he does not feel like a male angel or a female angel, but a massive angel that has a more male counterpart to it than it does a female part. And he has this like strawberry golden hair.
Almost like a phoenix?
Yeah, something like that. It's more dull, I would say.
Okay.
And it comes down to about his waist. And he is dressed in this white giant robe. He's about the size of a mountain. And he says he doesn't want to come closer to me because he thinks he'll scare me. Because he's so big. And it's a bit overwhelming. Because I did ask him to step closer over before. And he stepped closer, and I did get a little overwhelmed.
Now you know how I feel when I see them that way. Now she knows how I feel when I saw, I'm like this tall, and Uriel's face was like bigger than my hand coming up to me like this. I'm like,
It's just like, I don't know, he's kind of an impersonal angel, so it's like almost as though he doesn't know how to handle things.
Okay.
He just knows that he doesn't want to scare me.
Okay.
And he has this giant white robe with tassels coming down the front and what seems like an Egyptian golden necklace or something against his chest, and some decorations going down his arms and stuff.
Like that. Is it almost like a tattoo decoration or
No,
just decorations?
like I would call
on
it
the robe?
tassels.
Oh, okay.
So he calls himself Eliheim or Eliheim. Eliheim.
Oh, okay. Eliheim.
Eliheim? Okay.
Because Elohim is spelled different, but it's probably just the vibration that still carries anyway.
Okay. And he is what he calls a nature spirit. And so he takes care of nature, the mountains, the springs, the valleys, the forests, the earth, underneath it, the volcanoes and things like that.
Yeah, the lava, the crystals, everything.
Yes, everything is under his charge. But, he's not the only angel working on it. He's just an angel who has a major part to do with it. And he stepped forward because we were asking about the full moon and its effects on Earth.
And the supermoon. And hopefully also the effects on us human beings, too.
Yes. He's referring to himself as the mist.
Oh, I see.
Okay. That washes over mountains and fog.
Mm-hmm.
That goes over trees and moistens everything. In other words, the dew in the morning.
Okay.
Something that gives things life. In other words.
Yes.
Or assists in keeping life as we know it going.
And it also gives you that great smell. I always love to smell morning mist.
Yes,
The
pleasantries, freshness, cool of the night. He's just saying all of it, nature, basically. That is his essence. Do you have any questions? Because I'm not sure what to ask.
Sure. What does he say about the new moon, the full moon tomorrow? They say it's supposed to be a very powerful spiritual awakening almost, or a spiritual,
Is
like
it that the
moving up.
moon is closer than usual?
It's going to be bigger. Yeah, I think.
Mm-hmm. So what he does is he takes the earth in one hand and he takes the moon in the other and he puts them like right here next to each other. So like the moon were right on
Huge.
it.
Yeah.
And he says that it's sunlight coming through the moon, basically.
Yeah,
Because if you ever did science, you'd know that the sunlight bounces off the moon and comes onto us again. And it's like a different form of sunlight because the moon itself is a crystal. Or a crystal 4.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. I never thought of it.
And so what we don't normally get on Earth is something that the moon has, like some kind of, dust. Its
like
own
moon powder, moon fairy dust, kind of like
its own stone thing that we don't normally touch and stuff like that. That's not to say we don't have it or we've never had it or anything. It's just it's not familiar to all of us because it's on the moon. And so the moon is getting light from the sun, which is reflecting onto us. It's coming in bigger than normal, right? So all that sunlight is
supercharging,
charging it, and it's sending it to us, and not only us, but nature itself. So he's excited about that because it's like a form of new life. It's like a new charge. It's like the sun cleanses the moon on its own. And then the moon is giving us this of its own free will, of its own decision.
Yes.
It's giving everything to us. And it's supposed to be able to help us. I feel as though it would help us to seeing something about the gut. Specifically.
Like the solar plexus? Your inner
The soul.
knowing? The soul, okay.
Okay. So it connects to the soul and it charges the soul of each individual person as well as the souls of nature and things like that. And it's giving this life to us because it's a special day. It's almost as though he wants to make it seem as though the moon is giving us a present.
Aw, that's beautiful.
Because the moon does not have to do this. But the moon has decided of its own generosity and gentleness almost to provide for us, and that it wants to see us prosper as a people, as a as a place, countries,
as a world,
as a world. But it, like, I do feel as though he's hinting at the fact that the moon would be happier if we didn't try to kill the earth.
I see, yes. Because we all are interconnected. We all need each other. Same thing with the planets in the solar system.
Yeah.
You know?
And so it's like it wants us to, I don't know, protect the earth as best as we can, because as a people, some of us are big corporation, kind of more about money rather than protecting the earth. Almost seems as though it's not until we run out that we'll stop taking what we don't need anymore.
Yeah.
And like, it's like a warning, a general warning that we need to be careful about stuff like that.
Yes.
We have to be able to take care of our planet. That we might think that one person like ourselves isn't big enough to make a giant contribution to the earth, but everybody can make any kind of contribution. Your contribution could be small if you're a small person, or if you're a small person, your contribution could still be big. It doesn't really matter. It's about what you're willing to take for yourself and ground out and stuff like that. So this is a gift from the moon to us. It's supposed to help charge us. It's almost as though it wants us to connect spiritually to our inner selves, to more of an instinctual place than we are normally. Because as a society, we're kind of high tech and we know everything. It's almost like we're spoiled, okay? And we can lay around and do nothing if we really want to. And there's like, as a people, we have so much. We have phones, we have TV, we have computers, we have all this stuff. And not to mention, this is just one part of it. I'm not blaming any of this on technology. In fact, they're not blaming any of this on technology. I'm just motioning to the one thing that most people will stick onto. And another thing, if you move that aside, is that as a people, we're so kind of bound in each other's webs and stuff like that. As a people, we have bills to pay. We have to go to work for somebody and get money from them so that we can come home, so we can pay the people who provide us with energy, who provide us with a house to live in, etc.
Yeah, food, everything.
And we have paperwork. We have so much paperwork that we need to do, like Social Security and tax and all this and all that.
Insurances and all this. Yeah, there's constant. There's always.
It's like all this stuff, and it's just so easy to get wound up in all of this that you forget what it is to be human. And to be human is, sure, you can partake a little bit in that, and you can enjoy this and you can enjoy that, but to be in a constant world of this is like damaging almost to your system, because you're no longer connected to the reality. You're no longer connected to your soul. You're no longer connected to your destiny or your fate or the world or nature or anything like that. It's like you've wrapped yourself up in something that's superficial.
True.
And it's okay to partake in things like this. It's okay to find enjoyment in things like this. But when it's just too much, you're no longer who you're supposed to be.
Right. You become like a slave to it.
Yes. It's like you are cut off from something that is supposed to make you happy. As a person, you're supposed to draw from the world and to give back to the world. But it seems almost as though we don't work for the world anymore. We used to. The world works for us, and we worked for the world back in the day. But now we work for people and companies and things like that. And we don't really give back to the world as we should, it seems.
Okay.
And it's almost as though being close to something that gives you life like that, it would make you happier as a person, because why wouldn't it? You're giving the world something and the world is giving it back to you. It's a mutual benefit thing.
Yes, most pictures I see of happiness, or when I picture happiness, I always picture us outside, helping one another, being outside, enjoying nature, enjoying everything, outside. So this is a gift, and that the moon wants to give to us, to get back to our instinctual nature.
Yes. To root us back into what we once were. And it's almost like, I always like to call us cave people. Okay. I'm always like, life would be so much easier if we could just go back and be cave people with the internet. Okay? That would be our one thing we get to keep from modern technology. The internet, and that's it. And I'm like, and I would be happy. Personally, it's like going back to that instinctual place. Well, it's like becoming whole again. You can't deny your ancestry and things like that. You can't deny what you are, right?
Right, because at the end of the day, when you need it, your instincts are always going to be there.
And it's like if we had, just go along with me for a second here, okay? If we had a cat and he walked on two legs and he had a little business suit and he filed taxes and he filed for insurances, and he ran a company, and he had a corporation, and he had all these luxuries of daily life. Is he at that point still a cat?
Sure. Because at the end of the day, when you have a cat that you have inside, you notice they always want to go outside. It's in their nature. You know what I mean?
So it's about obeying your nature, I guess. Your God-given instinct and who you're supposed to be, because at the end of the day, it feels as though we all know what we're supposed to do. We know what our destinies are, where we are needed, and what we want. It's just that a lot of us have forgotten to listen.
And we depend too much on what other people tell us we should be. You know what I mean? So you need to go with what you feel.
But if you really think about it, there are so many options that you could choose. There are only so many things that speak to you, that speak to your soul specifically.
But it's up to you to decide. Don't ever let somebody tell you exactly what you need to do, because you need free will.
Yes.
When you become dependent on someone, you're losing your free will. Someone can guide you, but it's up to you, So get back to nature, and allow yourself to feel and see,
So that's basically what the full moon is about this time.
I hear that it will also be opening new gifts for people. Like it'll be enhancing your gift potential, meaning your light working gift potentials. You know what I mean? opening new ones. Maybe your third eye will kick in and you'll see more auras or more energy or enhance it, or all of a sudden you'll start,
well, if you really think about it.
Yeah. That's part of instinct.
Everything.
Yeah, part of the instinctual thing.
It's just embedded in there. I didn't get too much into detail, but it's all in there. It's in your destiny and things like that. It gives to you what is meant for you, basically.
So it opens up.
Your gift, what the moon gives to you, will be different from everybody else's gift. You don't want to give everybody the same gift, because the same gift may not be good for everybody. What I get will probably not be the same from what my mom gets.
Yes.
What my mom gets will not be the same as what I get. We both need different things. We have different needs. That's individualistic. And so what will come from the moon is meant specifically for you. And you may not understand it at the time, but you will later on.
This is what my guides or my inner guides have told me. This is also very powerful for prayer. A very, very powerful time to pray and to let go of the prayer, because we don't let go. A lot of us don't pray. And I've been guilty. I've done videos where I've been guilty. And the easiest way they showed me is put in a balloon. Imagine it's a helium balloon and allow it to float to the moon.
Letting go.
Meaning is to let go of your prayer that way. Your wishes and dreams. Like when I really need something, it always comes true or through for me is when I do put it in the balloon and I say, this is what I would like. I would like a job by this day, and I would like this, and I say everything I want, and I let go of it, and I see the balloon leave into the universe, and therefore I allow God and the universe to provide for me now. That's the kind of thing I was talking about. Is there an exercise or anything that one can do that
for the moon?
For the moon.
Okay. So this is what Eliheim suggests. Okay, just imagine, just sit up like you would to take a meditation, like cross-legged with your fingers, I think like this, and in your lap, and your
not crossed, right?
No, like this.
Like this. Okay, just on their own.
And sitting up against your lap and your stomach, and make your back straight.
Okay.
As straight as possible. And imagine from the moon a beam of light entering into your crown chakra and going down the base of your spine. And in your stomach is a container of some sort that the moon will filter all its light and gift into you, and in this container you can ask the moon to give you a bit more, as if you were saving up for it for later, in case you need it for later, for whatever reason. So it would be like a storage compartment inside you with the moon, the supermoon's charge, and the moon will still give you a normal amount. Right? It'll give you as much as you ask for. Don't worry about that. You're not taking too much from the moon, because the moon is giving to everybody. So it's got enough. Just as. And allow it to charge you as well as to fill up the container. And those are two separate things, by the way. Two separate things. You're still being charged, which is the normal gift. And then the container will be the gift for afterwards.
Okay.
And to accept it. And that's basically all that is being suggested for the time being. You can open it and take from the container as it comes and goes, like as the time passes as you need it. And yeah. So just be willing to accept the gift of the moon. You can also be outside for that if you want it to come in stronger.
And I'm definitely going outside.
Okay. So that's it.
Okay, well, we want to thank our subscribers. Thank you so much. And you can check Rachelle's stuff out at myrootsource.com. And thank you so much. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And I can't wait for tomorrow. I've really been looking forward to this. So take care, you guys.
Bye.